In mid-1990s Oregon, a serial killer cold case is once again opened up by new FBI recruit Lee Harker. Not much is known about the killer, other than the notes he leaves written in a mysterious language and his name, Longlegs. Agent Harker's involvement in the case only gets the gears moving, almost like something is calling to her. But this is far from an average case, as this investigation soon takes a turn to the occult. This is Longlegs. Longlegs is a new crime thriller film from director Osgood Perkins. And it's one of my favorite kinds of movies. Not crime, horror, thriller movies, but movies that get around just by positive word of mouth. They're movies that don't have Disney or Warner Brothers level marketing, but good word of mouth does wonders. Some other great recent examples of this are Terrifier 2 and last year's excellent Godzilla -1. Those are just a couple of films I really had no knowledge about prior to all the goodwill they were getting online. And I can throw Longlegs into that list of films that really came out of nowhere and surprised me. This is an edge-of-your-seat crime thriller. It has a great mixture of the intrigue of a crime movie and the suspense and terror of a horror film. And on top of that, it has some great performances. Mika Monroe makes for a fantastic lead detective. Blair Underwood as well, who plays her partner. These two just make for a really strong cop dynamic for a crime movie. But what's a good crime movie without a good killer? A pretty boring movie, but I've also used that line recently, so, you know. What are you gonna do? And that's where the one and only Nicolas Cage comes in as the titular character, Longlegs. This is a killer performance of a lifetime. Not since Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter have we seen a killer performance this creepy. And they do a fantastic job at hiding him in the trailers. You are not prepared to see Nicolas Cage like this. It's weird and creepy, but it is so good. Do I smell Oscar? Probably not, because the Oscars hate horror movies and this is barely one. The cinematography of the film does a great job at giving the film a nice, eerie feeling. Not necessarily scary like an average horror movie, but eerie, which is perfect for it. Especially early on when they are hiding Nicolas Cage's face. This makes a good portion of the film feel really unsettling. And also, the setting of Oregon in mid-January really makes you feel cold. Really, really cold. How can you make me feel cold by just watching a movie? Either Osgood Perkins made a deal with the devil, or I'm sick. The film doesn't stray away from being, at its core, a crime movie, and the crime stuff is really interesting too. There's a lot of solid intrigue and puzzle solving with this film. You know your crime movie is in deep when they have a Pepe Sylvia wall. Carol, we gotta help you, we gotta find Pepe. However, if I had any form of criticism with this film, it had to do with a plot point surrounding Agent Harker's character. It's something that's introduced pretty early on, but it gets kind of swept under the rug just as quickly as it shows up. Perhaps I just didn't understand it right then and there watching the movie. Complete possibility there. So I'm gonna have to check out one of the probably hundreds of Longlegs explained videos that are on YouTube now. On a first watch, I don't really think that plot point added too much to the film, but it didn't hurt it either. But this film definitely lived up to the hype for me. It's intriguing, creepy, and tense as fuck. All of that being backed up by some great performances really makes this stand out this year. I highly recommend this film if you haven't checked it out already. Also, shout out to the old ladies who came to the same showing of this movie that I went to. I swear, it's like an episode of Golden Girls just walked into the theater. I wish I heard their reactions to this film, because it would have been something else probably. I hope you all enjoyed this review, but before we go, I got something pretty cool to tell you. Have you ever looked at my logo, the one down there, and said, why is there an Xbox controller on there? He doesn't play any video games. All he does is wear Resident Evil shirts all the time. And to that, I say, You're right, I do wear Resident Evil shirts all the time. But I also say, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, I am live on twitch.tv/QuintDunaway, and I'm going to be streaming me getting 100,000 gamer score. I don't know why, but I thought that would be a fun first stream. And what game will I be playing? Obviously the best game to play after watching Longlegs, the Bluey game. So please, come check me out on twitch.tv/QuintDunaway. We're gonna have a good time. Either way, if you enjoyed this review, please consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my next review drops. Until next time, I'm Quentin Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.